James here from GoodGuitarist.com, and in today's lesson I'm going to show you an easy way to play Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton. And this song is awesome for not absolute beginners, but people that are just looking to step past that, because it uses the most common chord progression ever, and it uses the most common strumming pattern ever, and you can get a ton of mileage out of everything that you're going to learn from this tune. If along the way you find that you need any extra help, I have a free ebook. It's completely free for all my subscribers. It goes over all the fundamentals of acoustic guitar, strumming, rhythm, switching chords, all that stuff. It comes with all these videos, and it's all completely free. If you haven't gotten your copy yet, I'll put a link in the corner. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to learn guitar with me and be notified of future lessons. And with that out of the way, we're going to get started with the chord shapes. First, we have a G chord. And from there, we go to D, and we can just pivot off of our ring fingers. We leave our ring finger down to make that switch a little bit smoother into our D chord. Then we're going to go into C, and for that, I like to leave these two fingers where they are, and I just put them up to where they belong on a C chord. Makes it a little bit simpler. And then we would go back to D. So it's worth it doing that switch from C to D. You know, just silently switching, working on that dexterity, that comfort. And that's all we need for the verse. Later in the chorus, we also require an E minor chord. And those four shapes, G, D, C, and E minor, make up so many of the most common chord progressions ever. I actually have a lesson covering that if you'd like to see, like, 100 songs that you could play using just those four chords. I'll put that in the corner for your reference. But for now, we're going to take those shapes and we're going to put them together to play the verse. Starting off on G. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4, C. She's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on C, and brushes her long blonde hair. So that's the chord progression for the verse. Now we can add a strumming pattern. It goes like this. And that's the most common strumming pattern ever. Down, down, up, up, down, up. I've gone over it in a ton of lessons. I'll put the most recent one in the corner if you need any extra help. We're going to take a second to look at it right now, though. I like to break this down into two parts. First, we go down, down, up, 3, 4. Down, down, up, 3, 4. So I play a down on 1, a down, up on 2, treating that down, up motion like one thing. And then I count 3, 4 out loud to help me keep my rhythm, and I just practice it over and over like that. The second half, we would go 1, 2, miss, up, down, up. 1, 2, miss, up, down, up. So I count 1, 2, and then I miss the strings. And I say miss out loud because we're missing a main beat, and I want to still feel it. So I just say miss on beat 3, and then I go up, down, up at the end. And that one, once again, you just got to go through it, saying the words. That's the best way to do it, practicing it just like I showed you. And when you're ready, you put the whole thing together. 3 and 4 and down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. It really helps to be vocal when you're doing this, when it comes to getting your rhythm together. So please don't be afraid to say that pattern out loud as you're playing it. Anyways, we have our chord progression, we have our strumming pattern. Now let's put that together and play through the verse, starting on G. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's late in the evening. She's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup, brushes her long blonde hair. Next up is the chorus, and it uses pretty much the same components as the verse. We're finally going to add that E minor chord, and there's one little rhythmic thing that I'd like to go over first. So let's try this part with downstrokes only. We're going to start off on a C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. So there was that one measure where we played G on beats 1 and 2, and then we played D on beats 3 and 4, and that was followed by the E minor chord. So I recommend trying that out a few times, going G, 2, D, 4, and then E minor for 4 beats, until you're comfortable with it. And then we can add our strumming pattern to that. And because the G and D, they share a measure, we have to adapt our strumming for that one little bit. So for the G chord, we can go down, down, up, just the first half of the pattern, and then do the same thing on D. Down, down, up. I'm gonna demonstrate. You're totally welcome to play it with me. We're gonna go through the chorus with the strumming pattern now, and you can always just rewind it and watch it as many times as you need to, and try it as much as you need to. Starting off on C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go down, down, up, down, down, up, 1. So the only section left is the bridge, and it's identical to the chorus, except at the very end we add a C chord and a D chord. Otherwise it's the exact same thing. So you can already play the bridge if you can play the chorus. I'm gonna go through it slowly. You can play it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I see the love light in your eyes, and the wonder of it all is you just don't realize how much I really. Now, when it comes to putting the whole song together, it starts off with the intro riff, which is the exact same progression as the verse. Then we play the verse, the chorus, and then there's an interlude, which is the same thing as the intro, but we have to call it an interlude because it's in the middle of the song. It's not at the beginning. You know, it's just the guitar melody plus our verse chord progression. Then we play another verse, another chorus, and for this second chorus, we add 2 measures of G to the end of it to help us transition into the bridge. So we play the chorus and then we just go, G plus our strumming pattern 2 times. And that gets us into the bridge, which is followed by another interlude, another verse, and then the final chorus. And for the final chorus, we do the same thing as the second chorus with those 2 extra measures of G. And then we tag the chorus by repeating the yes, you look wonderful tonight. We just play C and D and singing that part, right? So you just play like the last couple measures of the chorus. And then it finishes up with the interlude. Now, the reason why I take the time to go over this is because this is how you learn how to play through the entire song. It's one thing to have the tab for it. Like you can just look up Wonderful Tonight, chords and lyrics online, print it off, and that's an awesome tool to have. But to look at the skeletal structure of a song and to see it this way, writing this down and then listening to the original recording, that's going to teach you how to anticipate what's coming next, and for you to actually, instead of having your face in the chord chart, to actually be in charge of the song. So I want you to write that down and listen to the original recording. On my Patreon page, I have a backing track, the same one that you heard at the beginning of this tutorial. It's the full song, start to finish, with me playing along to it, so you can see and play along to the entire song. And that's available on my Patreon page. There's a link below for that. Also, don't forget to check out my free ebook. If you haven't gotten your copy yet, I have a link in the corner. And there's my complete beginner's course, which does the same thing as the ebook, but like 100 times more in depth, taking you step by step through, an entire course, 5 chapters, going over chord switching, rhythm, developing your internal sense of rhythm, as well as the mechanics of strumming, going through all of it from absolute beginner to confident strummer. So please check that out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments section down below. Have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.